Hey guys, Aweshum here, and let's check out some stats on the FG42 before I get into the modding. So, first off, damage 33. That's not bad. That's almost a 3-hit kill against someone if they didn't have heavy set on, so you can definitely mod the gun with more damage and make it a 3-shot against most players. Rate of fire 500, so about in the middle, sort of on the slow end. You can mod that to 720 max. Near range 50 meters, so you get your damage out to 50 meters before it starts dropping off, so that's really good. Magazine size, it's actually just 20 with a reload of 3.3, so it's basically like an SMG with less in the mag. 6 equipment points, so this does require all 6 of your paratrooper slots. Credit cost 217k, so a little bit expensive, and you need 9th grade parachute to unlock it, so that's quite a long grind. So now I'll get into the modding for this gun. Alright, so let's get into modding. So when modding your FG42, I always like to run the Anxious Patron ammo. Yes, you lose a little bit of stability, but you gain damage, range, and precision. So I just like to run this. It should make it a 3-hit kill against most people. Now, as far as sights go, you got 2 options, and these give you basically 2 different builds of the gun. So I'll run through the first build, which is the classic, just upgrade your accuracy, classic sight build here for if you're dropping into a cap point and you're going to play more aggressive with your para. So we got sight. We can go with the fast trigger here. This will give you 654 RPM, which is actually very good. And then you've got the light and spring, which will give you another around 70 RPM or so. So now you got 720 RPM. This is what you're looking for with this build. As well, you got barrel options here. Now you got quite a few different options. The obvious option would be one of these 2 top barrels here. You can either give yourself more precision or give yourself more damage. I don't know if this is enough damage to punch through the gold heavyset and 3-shot those guys, so I can't confirm whether that is enough. But generally, I always like to run just the precision mod alone. You also have a 3rd barrel option down here, and this one's kind of a mix-up. It's really up to you. You lose stability, you lose rate of fire, which I don't like giving up stability for sure. And the rate of fire, you could give up the rate of fire, but then it's almost like a waste of having one of your other mods, because now you're down to 654 rate of fire. So I mean, yeah, you get a tighter grouping. This is just really up to you, but for the most part I just like to run the standard precision booster. So now I've got a 720 RPM FG, and if you really find that 720 is too much, you can just remove the fast trigger and you'll find yourself at 600 RPM. And so anywhere between 600 and 720 RPM is what you're looking for with the standard build. Now if you are gonna go for a T-pulse build, which is 4 times mag, you need to be running a different setup. So I would suggest no trigger, use a heavy spring instead of the light and spring. So this will give you 423 RPM. As well, the Koenig barrel is optional. 420 is good enough, but you can drop that down to 378. Give yourself a little bit more accuracy. So really, when you're using the sniper build, or the scope build I call it, this is more for medium range, medium to long range. You're a support paratrooper, you land on top of a rooftop, and you just pick off people at range. So 420 RPM is around what you're looking for. So now I'll show off gameplay using the different setups, as well as some high rate of fire scope play and what you can hope to achieve with that. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so let's take a look at pros and cons now. We'll start off with the cons for the FG42. So first off, very hard to achieve. You need rank 9 parachute. That's quite a bit of grinding on its own. It's a light machine gun, so you can't run and gun as well as you could if you were, say, using an MP40. It's got a kind of ugly iron sight to it. It's not the cleanest sight for shooting people up with. The 4x scope, it's cool, but it doesn't really fit that well with this gun. Say a 2x scope would be much better. The gun kicks a lot to the left side, so you gotta have to pull down on the right to maintain recoil. Only 20 bullets in the clip, so you will run out of ammo very fast. Since your max ammo is only 120, that's only 6 clips that you can bring to battle. So you would have to sacrifice a badge slot if you want more ammo, or you just have to find other people's guns if you happen to run out. Para is already badge dependent, since you need heavy set and free fall for majority of the para builds, and that goes along with the para. They take a really long time to respawn, so you're not always gonna get to use this gun, say, when you want to. In para games, people typically want to play para, so you'll even have less lives to play with it. There's no space for anti-tank in the general setup, since all 6 of your paratrooper slots go into ammo. The gun-specific barrel is not actually the best. I find using the standard accuracy barrel is much better, or even the damage barrel, as the specific barrel doesn't really give you that much of a good benefit compared to the other 2 barrels. The hipfire is pretty bad. Yeah, you can hit people within 5 meters if you get lucky, but in general the hipfire is fairly bad. It's also very expensive to maintain. You're looking at paying, say, up to 80% a game if you're using a scope, or say 30 to 50% without the scope, just to maintain the gun. And to buy the weapon, it's already 200k, so it's already expensive just to buy it. Alright, so let's look at a more positive note here with the pros. The FG42 is very accurate at close and even medium range. You can get shots on target, you can drop 1, 2, even 3 guys with your 20 mag. Now, the FG is arguably better than the MP40, especially now that the MP40 got a slight rate of fire nerf. We'll say all the SMGs got a slight rate of fire nerf. Now they're back to what they were intended to be, 720 rate of fire, and the FG42 got a rate of fire buff, so it can hit 720 rate of fire, and it does more damage than an SMG, but you just can't run and gun with it. The tight grip badge works very well with this gun because it's a lighter weapon compared to all the other LMGs, and if you're using the scope on the FG, tight grip works very good with the scope. Low rate of fire can be decent at medium or long range, and say the 400 rate of fire is much better fitting with the scope. You can maintain the weapon if you pull to the right direction, so yeah, you pull down to the right when you're firing to maintain recoil, so that's one good thing that you can do, and it can be sort of easy to actually maintain the recoil with this gun. And despite all the cons, the FG42, it does do its job. You can play aggressive with it with the 600, 720 RPM and 3 to 4 shot kill just about anybody, or you can play defensive using a scope with 400 to say 500 RPM and just be a support paratrooper or be an annoying paratrooper. So overall, it is a very fun gun to use. So I just like how you can mod it for pretty much whatever situation you want to play or how you want to play the game. Oh, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, like and subscribe if you did. Leave a comment if you got more pros and cons. I can add those to the list. And I'll see you next time.